Oh. Okay, admit it. How many New Year's resolutions have you broken so far? I thought so. Well, here are a few suggestions for some new ones that might make Haverhill a better place. I've steered clear of the personal stuff like parking considerately or walking to the kebab shop. No, this is about participating in the community. So here goes. Number 1. Read regularly about what is going on in the town, online or via newspapers, so you can make your views heard and not just find out about things after they've been decided, so all you can do is moan. Number 2. If any organisation asks for your opinion, take the time to give it in full. It seems ridiculous, but if enough people do it, they have to take note of what they say, whether they like it or not. Number 3. If you've been elected to anything, turn up to meetings and say what you think, and not what your party apparatchiks have told you to say or to think. Number 4. Don't just assume the county or borough councils have decided things beforehand, so there's no point in protesting. It doesn't matter what anyone has decided. If enough people protest, they will get twitchy and start to rethink. Number 5. If you run up against unaccountable bodies who are just bonkers, like NHS Suffolk, just make as much noise at them as you can and then try to make fun of them in public. They don't like that. It's true that you can't force them into anything, but you can make them jolly uncomfortable, and that may help next time you come up against them. Number 6. If you run a business in the town, try not to forget the power of goodwill. The more the private and public sectors can work together with residents, the better for everyone. Number 7. It may seem very obvious and hackneyed, but in return, go out of your way to support your local services. Otherwise, they may not be there when you need them next year. Number 8. If you decide to campaign for or against anything, or if you have to decide on something controversial, make the effort to find out as much about both sides of it as anyone else, or your argument will get shot down. Number 9. Don't just whinge from the sidelines. That doesn't really help anybody, and it's the privilege of the press, like me. Number 10. Distinguish the office from the person holding it. The first is entitled to respect, the second has to earn it. I expect you'll disagree with a lot of that, but before you do, think what would happen if all 25,000 people in Haverhill stuck to those resolutions. There is nothing which we could not achieve. Democracy isn't perfect, but what we have now is far worse, because it masquerades as democracy when it is nothing of the kind. The only truly democratic decision made in the whole course of local government is not to be bothered with it at all. That is how some 70% of the population of Haverhill regularly vote at local elections, by not voting at all. If we had real democracy at work in Haverhill, I suspect we would have a fully pedestrianised high street by now. It is arguable, but I sense there really is quite a majority in favour of it, even though the minority against it is sizeable. If all those in favour stood up to be counted and demanded it, neither our apprehensive retailers, nor the authoritarian Councillor Guy McGregor, nor even the planning inspector at a public inquiry could hold out against it. Happy New Year.